For centuries, history books told us that the Phoenicians came from Canaan. This region, encompassing modern-day Lebanon and parts of Syria and Israel, was believed to be the birthplace of this great maritime civilization. The Phoenicians were renowned for their seafaring skills, their trade networks that spanned the Mediterranean, and their innovative alphabet. They established colonies across the Mediterranean, spreading their culture and influence far and wide. It was a compelling narrative, deeply ingrained in our understanding of the ancient world. However, recent discoveries in the field of genetics have begun to challenge this long-held belief. Like detectives unearthing new clues at an ancient crime scene, scientists are using DNA analysis to piece together a more nuanced and complex picture of the Phoenicians and their origins. These studies suggest that the Phoenicians were not simply a group of migrants from Canaan who spread their culture through conquest and colonization. Instead, their story is one of interconnectedness, cultural exchange, and integration on a scale that was previously unimagined. The traditional narrative, while compelling, fails to capture the full scope of the Phoenician story. It is becoming increasingly clear that the Phoenician world was a vibrant tapestry woven from diverse cultural threads. The Mediterranean Sea, far from being a barrier, served as a conduit for connection, facilitating the exchange of ideas, goods, and genes between different populations. The key to unlocking the mysteries of the Phoenician past lies in their genes. By analyzing the DNA of individuals who lived during the Phoenician era, scientists have made some startling discoveries. One study, published in the prestigious scientific journal, sent shockwaves through the field of ancient history. The study's findings challenged the long-held assumption that the Phoenicians were primarily descended from Canaanites. Analyzing ancient DNA is no easy feat. The passage of time, environmental factors, and burial practices can all degrade DNA, making it difficult to extract and analyze. Cremation, a common practice in some Phoenician communities, posed a particular challenge. When a body is cremated, the intense heat destroys much of the organic material, including DNA. However, scientists were able to overcome these obstacles by focusing on later Phoenician settlements where cremation was less common. These settlements, dating from the 6th century BCE to the 2nd century BCE, yielded a treasure trove of genetic information. The DNA extracted from over 100 individuals painted a very different picture of the Phoenicians than the one we thought we knew. The genetic analysis revealed that these later Phoenicians possessed a surprisingly diverse ancestry. Their DNA bore the hallmarks of multiple Mediterranean populations, including individuals from Sicily, Greece, the Aegean Islands, and North Africa. While there was some evidence of Levantine ancestry, it was far less pronounced than expected, suggesting that the Phoenicians were not simply a transplanted Canaanite population. This genetic diversity points to a much more complex and fascinating story. It suggests that the Phoenician world was a melting pot of cultures, a place where people from different backgrounds came together, interacted, and intermarried. The Mediterranean Sea, far from being a dividing line, served as a highway of cultural exchange. The Phoenicians were traders, explorers, and diplomats. They navigated the Mediterranean, establishing trading posts and colonies from the shores of North Africa to the Iberian Peninsula. As they traveled and traded, they encountered and interacted with a wide range of cultures. These interactions, it seems, left a lasting mark on their genetic makeup. The genetic evidence suggests that the Phoenicians did not simply impose their culture on the populations they encountered. Instead, there appears to have been a considerable degree of integration and cultural exchange. Local populations adopted elements of Phoenician culture, including their language, alphabet, and religious practices, while the Phoenicians in turn were influenced by the cultures they encountered. This discovery has profound implications for our understanding of ancient civilizations. It challenges the traditional narrative of distinct, monolithic cultures and suggests a much more fluid and interconnected ancient world. The Phoenicians, it seems, were not merely merchants and colonizers. They were cultural ambassadors, facilitating the exchange of ideas and traditions across the Mediterranean. The story of the Phoenicians, as revealed by their DNA, reminds us that the ancient world was a complex and interconnected place. Cultures did not exist in isolation, but were constantly evolving and influencing one another. The Mediterranean Sea, far from being a barrier, was a highway of cultural exchange, facilitating the flow of ideas, goods, and genes between different populations. The Phoenicians, with their seafaring prowess and their knack for cultural exchange, played a pivotal role in shaping the course of history, leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate today.